Guys. All right, so I wanted to go over something today. Keep it simple. First off, my name is Rachel Feldman, and I was a coach just like you. Oh, the struggle. So many things I wish I would have totally known. So many things I wish somebody would have told me. So we're going to keep this simple. First off, head on over to rachelafeldman.com if you want to grab the 5-day Healthy Habit Free Challenge plus video series, plus an entire another video series on how to build your business using offline strategies to make your online space thrive instead of just go, aw. Which means clarity in who you serve, clarity in your offers. But today's topic is going to be your work with me prices. Many coaches come to me and say, what do you mean, Rachel? You charged for a grocery shopping tour. How did you figure out a VIP day? How did you figure out how to work, how to craft your monthly programs or even your groups? So let's just start with some basics. The average price per hour for a new coach, I would say usually is like $77 to that $150 an hour US prices I'm doing. So let's just take the $97 model. $97 is your hourly price. So please write down, what do you feel is your hourly price now? Or what is your hourly price? So we're gonna write down 97 for the purpose of this exercise. Times 2, 194. So if we say that a person is getting unlimited email access to you, what is the cost of that? So if we say 194, let's just say for the purpose of this exercise, and when you're doing this, we say 197 for the month. Would it be safe to say that adding $200 more for either an additional two 20-minute to 15-minute sessions, so that means week 1, 60-minute session, week 2, 20 or 15 or 20-minute follow-up, week 3, the second 60-minute session, week 4, a 15 or 20-minute follow-up. That means when somebody works with you in the month, what is included? 2 60-minute sessions, 2 15-minute phone or Zoom calls. And so that will even lessen some of the issues that we have when we work with people one-on-one. Sometimes some of those roadblocks that come up, like, hey, I know you gave me this really amazing, recipes, but I just have no time to cook. Or, I got these really amazing recipes or these techniques, but I don't know how to do them. Or I just feel really overwhelmed. That means you are able to give the guide for that, for that week or the month. Then you're following up. I think that we could all say, okay, great. So we're at 397. But if I did 333 for 1 month, and we times that by 3, all of a sudden you have a 1K 3-month program. When you start to break it down, 1, it's going to increase your confidence because you say, well, to work with me for an hour is $97, and you get access, which I'm going to tell you in a second what you can do. You have that price, and then all of a sudden you feel confident to say to this person, look, my hourly is $97. What you're getting is for $333 access to 2 60-minute sessions, 2 15-minute, and when you work with me for a month, you get my signature 30-day Jumpstart guide, whatever you want to call it. Reset, Jumpstart, especially, when you're naming your programs and your offerings, make sure that they appeal to your ideal client and solve a problem. A problem that is your ideal client's biggest wake-up problem, not just where you want them to start. For example, we all know maybe that everyone needs gut, but do we attract every client that knows that gut is the root problem? No. Some people, their focus is on sugar, their focus is on weight, and what happens? We lose that person, not because they are our ideal client, because we haven't met them where they are, and so we're trying to push something that doesn't make sense to them because we haven't educated them yet. We'll talk about that in another video this week, guys. But in conclusion, if you came in late, let's say the average for a starting coach, an hour, 97 to 150. We did the math for either a $397 month, or if somebody buys your 3 months, it gets discounted down to $333 a month, which comes to a 1K program pretty much. And then we cover the what's included in the 1 month work with me. Now let's talk about the single session. We're going to get into grocery shopping tours later. We're going to get into cooking classes, groups, and how you figure out price, and VIP days. But let's just say that somebody wants to work with you for 60 minutes or 90. The school that I attended, that was not the model that they suggested for us. But after years of struggling and looking at what other people did, and also following Brendan Burchard. Brendan Burchard teaches his high performance coaches, and I worked with one, and also I had just, stalked him and stalked how he set up his offerings, as well as Sarah, S-A-R-A, Sullivan. She is one of the coaches that I've followed for many, many years, and I loved how she set up her stuff. Very simple, an entry point. Brendan Burchard teaches his high performance coaches, not everyone is ready. Not everyone understands the promise. So they may not have the money. Great, they downsell to a group or a do-it-yourself or a membership. But some people, don't trust you enough. Because you're like, hey, I'm going to charge you $150 and you're going to get access to. But somebody has to believe that you're the right person for them to, whether it's 150, 250, 350. I have some of my clients who charge, $600 an hour. Price is relative when people know and they believe that you're the one that can take them to the next step. So what do? We come in with a low cost entry offer. That is what the single session is about. Some people also will never be the right fit for a longer commitment. Drop a 1 if you agree. You know them. I'm a perfect example. I was so jaded from so many testing for my ulcerative colitis and Lyme and EBV, and the list went on, that I was a little discouraged when somebody was like, well, here. I remember actually a Dietrich Klinghardt, trained professional, who I love Dietrich Klinghardt. But he said, well, to do this work is going to be $3,000, and we're going to work together over 3 months. Realistically, we all know $1,000 a month it's a lot, but if your health depends on it and you have, a high commitment level, you would spend it. But the thing is, I didn't feel confident. I didn't feel confident that this would be the right answer, the right solution. But how many times have you either tested something, you've bought a book, or you've attended a group or a workshop or a masterclass for only $30, and you're like, oh my God, this was so amazing. In this time, I learned so much. And so you naturally upsell to wanting to either work with that person, join the gym, because trust is there. They have built that like-known trust factor. So to round this up on a recap, because many know I can go on forever, is that your single session, whether it's 77 or 97 or 150 or anything, is an entry point. When somebody got on the phone with me for a discovery session, I would say, why don't you tell me what's kind of going on? How long has it been going on? What are some of the roadblocks that you find that stops you from not making these decisions and healthy choices for yourself in a world of information? I listen. I have a few more of my what I call high mileage questions, but I listen. If that person says, this is only started last year, I'm not going to say, you're the right fit for my 3 month or my 6 month. I'm not going to shove that down there, because that also, for me, is not a healthy money mindset. I've got a great money mindset, which knows if that person, if I say, well, you know what, why don't we see what it's like to work together? When we have this 90-minute intensive, I'm going to give you my clean eating detox. We're going to start on what I call the baseline. We're going to see where you really are. Where's your body? How are you feeling? How is your skin affected? Your sleep, your sex drive, your hormones, your digestion, your aging, all of that stuff. We're going to see like where you are. And then why don't we, have a big adult discussion right after and see if we want to work together anymore. Or if you feel that you've got what you needed. The good thing is if you do want to come back to me, I will just apply that, the cost of that session into working together in a longer capacity. How's that sound? All right, I'm going to just close this. When you think of this business, it is sales. And sales happens when we've heard somebody, we've given them different options, we've met them and not pushed them. How many times have you been like pushed? You're on the phone even interviewing a business coach, or you're on the phone at a doctor and somebody's like, if you give this $500 today, and if you don't, I only have 5 spots. It's like, that felt yucky. I want you, as you build your business or you're looking at your offers, don't have a scarcity mindset. Really say, you know what, if this person comes in and they get a taste of what it's like to work with me, maybe they're the right fit, maybe they will refer me, but I will still be making 77, 97, 150, and I will change their life. And I will meet them where they need to be met and then be there and say, hey, how was that? I'm following up. I'm seeing how, our 90-minute intensive went, or our shopping, tour, or pantry clean out, because you charge your hourly because you're giving something tangible. Hey, I'm going to send you this, the program. Thanks so much for, paying via PayPal or Square, whatever you're using. I'm going to send you the program. So we're going to actually, meet like a week later so you can read the materials, look over the foods, I will bring the pantry list or the shopping list, and we'll have something tangible to go over in our grocery tour. Plus, we're going to sit down for 45 minutes after the tour, and we're going to talk about implementing this into your busy life. Same thing with a pantry cleanout. Why not give somebody the program, because they're already confused. How do I get off gluten? No problem. Let me come to your house. How do I swap out the Doritos and the Pringles my kids love? No problem. Let me come to your house. Because then you're charging your time. And you're creating a really amazing relationship. Can't tell you how many times those single sessions turned into working with the whole family. Or turned into a VIP day, which is really, let's just say 97. 97 times 5 hours, that's 485. You just figured out a VIP day. And you're able to say to your client, so I know you don't want to work together for a long time. Let me tell you some options. I have my 90-minute intensive. We can also do a VIP day where I can come over, or we can meet at the market, get everything worked out. I could even drive to your house, and then we can rip out your cabinets and show you how easy this is to implement into your life. So remember, guys, there are so many ways to build your business. Some of you will want to do upsells and downsells and tripwires, and you'll have it more in a funnel, automated way. Some of you are people who thrive in doing cooking classes face-to-face, groups face-to-face, but you can still bring them to the online space. That's why I call this the hybrid funnel strategy, because I don't know many coaches who just come out, graduate school, and build this sick, automated, thriving business online. It's not to say you can't have an aspect online. My one-on-one got to a point where I was like, I don't want people to come to my home. So I use Zoom and Skype, and I don't think Zoom was around back then, but there are so many ways to build an amazing business. And I want to even close with this. It's memberships are awesome if they're right for your ideal client. And some people are like, I don't want to work in a membership. I really want to work with you. But then they graduate. They've worked with you in your one-on-one and they want to get more of you. So you're like, you know what? Why don't we just meet in a group? And every month it's going to be, $37 or $57. You get access to this. And guess what? We're going to have our calls, via Zoom, and we're going to meet twice a month. Even if you said 77 or 67. 67 times 12, it's 804. 47 times 12 is 564. Imagine you get 20 people to be with you for 504. It's 11,280. The biggest mistake we make when we start to build our business is we don't sit there and map out the numbers, so we feel exhausted. We flush money down the frickin' Facebook ad toilet. Facebook ads are really powerful when you know your ideal client. They're a waste of money when you don't, and you're just hoping that everyone else who spends $5,000 a day, $3,000, $2,000, $100 a day, they're gonna push you to the side. And many of us, think that it just has to be this one way. The most successful businesses have 7 different opportunities because each one of us is different. I'm not a big membership or group person. I'm a person who comes into a membership, stays there for about 2 months at max because I just take in all the information. It's my style. I have some clients who, no joke, saw me consistently for 3 years, only with 1 single session a month. And I used to always say, I'm going to call her Elizabeth. Elizabeth, you know that you can literally save money if you worked with me like in my monthly, and she's like, I know, but you know what? It's not my style. You may decide, and I always would say this when I would teach at Hippocrates, you may decide you only want to work with a certain kind of person. You may also be in a place in your business where you are leveraging and you're really at a place where I call it usually that 3 to 6 range where I'm going to make some really pivotal decisions because I have done the hard work and now I have more of a choice. And a perfect example is Christine Hansen on my podcast where she said, okay, so I've built a school, I've taught, I've done all this, but I really only want to work with a few clients a month. And she charges a very high fee for those people. But it works. Not everyone is right for every different kind of business. So please think about yourself. Are you an introvert? Are you an extrovert? Where do you close the best? Is it face-to-face? Is it in groups? Where are you most comfortable? At the school that I went to, INN, everyone IN, they were like, woohoo, groups. And I was like, woohoo, one-on-one. And not many people talked about that. So, please remember as you're crafting this business and you don't want to be frustrated and overwhelmed and you want to build a business that really matches your core values and how you show up the best and really think is your niche also a really sensitive topic like fertility, pregnancy, postpartum. It's really great to meet, pregnancy in a group and postpartum, but is it great to meet in a group with fertility? Is it too sensitive of an issue? Is it too sensitive PTSD, binge eating, binge and purge? There are a lot of really sensitive topics that I think we overlook in coaching. So, please tag under here any questions. I'm just going to see Ingrid. Hey, Ingrid. Dawn. It's so nice to see you. So please, write down your prices, write down your monthly, and just let yourself dream a little. I'm like, wow, it'd be really fun to do those cooking classes Rach was talking about. Guys, those cooking classes started at 30 and ended up at 97 a month because we did Mom's Night Out. Have fun with your business. I know it's hard because there's all these moving parts of website and landing pages and CRM and the list goes on. At the end of the day, it can be simple. It's simple when make the plan, work the plan, carve out, an hour a day to commit. 3 hours on the weekend. This is going to require your creative zone, your energy. You need energy to show up online. And the energy only gets depleted, not in the teaching part, but in the overwhelm and the stress and the overthinking. So, anyway, Ingrid, Dawn, thanks for, being on this. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us at rachelafeldman.com. If you have any questions about programs, your health coach, I had a banana. yourhealthcoachbiz.com. And we will leave with also one tip for the day on health. Hold on. Because guys, we got some crazy viruses going on. So I will just tell you my new things I'm testing out for fun. One, I've been testing Vimergy for the last 6 months. I had a real bad autoimmune kind of like crash. I haven't had something like that, but I had a tooth infection and a root canal. So Vimergy.com is an amazing barley grass, spirulina. I could never do spirulina, and I found out from my medical intuitive that a lot of the spirulina is not processed in the best way, and so it can cause some histamine reactions. The second is my doctor suggests. These are natural lozenges. These are colloidal silver. MyDoctorSuggests.com. And I would say that my other favorite colloidal silver is Argentine 23. It's one that I've blind split tested for myself for many, many years. That's my favorite one. But this silver, which is not a colloidal silver, it's a structured alkaline silver, but I'm testing this. And I have found that the soap and the lozenges, especially for my kids, really, really amazing. The soap has been really amazing for me. I tend to get some skin issues, especially with Epstein-Barr and strep and some other different, things. And especially because I had heavy metals for such a long time, there's a tendency for fungus and yeast to proliferate in my body because when there are heavy metals present, and some of us have methylation issues, MTHFR, 129HC, sulfation issues, there can be a tendency then to hold on to the metals versus excreting them. So I had developed just tons of fungus as a child and yeast issues and ones that I passed on to my children. No shame or blame, just the reality of our health warrior journey. So these are my favorite ones. And last but not least, for my tooth, yes, I am using On Guard. After testing after 8 months, I do love doTERRA. I think, Young Living, of course, has a lot of great things. I just felt for my constitution and my family, my dog, and everything that it worked better. But I am geeking out on Living Libations. One, they have an amazing sage. Amazing. They also have a shamanic sage. They also just came out with some specific chakra oils. Really, really freaking cool. This one is healthy gum. So I'm making sure that, and especially with coronavirus going around, we saw SARS before, we saw, many different crazy viruses that cause superbugs, and that's why this time is really important. We're going to see an increase in, pneumonia and all these different things because these superbugs get created. These are some extremely, vital habits that you need to be doing. Mouth, hydrogen peroxide, food-grade hydrogen peroxide, rinse. This, as you see, I've been doing this swipe and then taking a pipette and then dropping it right into my gums because taking care of your gum and your mouth health, which I always thought I did a good job, but clearly it wasn't good enough. There was deep infection in this root canal that I just got taken out and put a screw. There was actually no bone. So make sure that you're not harboring viruses and any of this funk and bacteria that lead to a myriad of issues. So anyway, that was our health chat for the day. If you guys have any questions, please reach out to us. No need to fret. No need to feel overwhelmed. You're going to. It's a business. But you can also do it in a smart way. My name is Rachel Feldman. I will see you guys later. Big kisses and hugs. Bye, guys.